YouTube friends and family. This is Rob in the Garden, and we're here in South Sunny Florida today. Finally, we got some sun today, so I thought I'll step out in the garden today and give you a little update of what I got going on. As you can see, the pile of wood that I had stacked over here in this corner and the corner over there, it is missing in action. So what I did, the bigger pile that was in this corner, I went ahead and stacked them up in this corner over here. I mean, we don't usually cut wood, but it's something new for me. So we got some wood together, chopped it up, and then, they say not to put them on the ground. So the container I could have found was a crate. So I put them in the crate, and the larger pieces, I stacked them on top of the crate to keep them off the ground. And then I'm just gonna throw a tarp. And that was just the bigger pieces. Let me see. I'm not gonna pay the coconut trees any mind because they was already here when I got this property. We got one little struggling pup over here in this corner. Still got one banana plant that's struggling over here in the corner, plus the aloe plant that I got in this corner. And one thing you'll see is that, solar panels are missing. They are missing in action. I'm waiting to update them. So I bought a new set of solar panels that I'm waiting for them to get delivered, and then I'm going to be putting them back up, replacing the 100 watts with 200 watt set. So the 100 watt set I had that was on here this mount was able to hold 5, but the 200 watt set that I'm planning on putting here, this panel is able to hold 4. So it's an upgrade, definitely an upgrade. And what you see over here, you're not supposed to be seeing. This is a project that I'm working on, and that video is gonna be coming soon once I get everything together. So pretend y'all didn't see that. What I'm gonna start over here. I just planted these into the ground last night. If you ask me what they are, I have no idea, but I just planted these for someone. So they're a little crunchy looking for right now, but they look very similar to the papaya plants. So I'm guessing after a couple of days, they should be getting their leaves back the same way the papaya plants did, because their leaves do look like papaya. A mango tree, this mango tree is doing pretty good. I had this mango tree in the ground for months. The mangoes that come off the seed that I ate was one of those red orange mangoes, the one that is very stringy. And then the one that's doing really great, that's the one I had in the ground months before that I put this one into the ground. The mango right here is Creole mango. It's one of those bean-shaped mangoes that have like a very nice taste to it. Okay, and moving on. This is the papaya that I put in about like a month ago, and it's like yay high. It's doing pretty good. So what I've done is I'm gonna add that to the video, is put the grass clippings. I put feed the Miracle-Gro mixed with the black cow, and then I put it on the bottom around the tree so they could get fertilized. These I just put in last night. These are papayas. This is another papaya that's been in the ground that I put like few weeks ago, and it's doing good. See, compared to my hands, see how thick it is. And then this one's a much bigger one. that I put in the ground, same time, compared to my hands. See how thick this is? So they're doing pretty good. Why I'm putting more than one papaya, other than because of the fact that I like papayas, is that papayas, they have male and they have females. So I don't want to just grow one or two and then kind of realize both are males and then I'm not getting no papaya. So I got to grow a couple of them. Like I have two, even three, 1, 2, 3, 4 in that hole right there. So we're just gonna weed out the less favorable one. And I have two in this hole right here, plus the other two that I just saw. So once I get a female or a mixed one, the one that I know that's gonna produce, then I weed out the rest. This is a banana tree, a Scandish. I mean, they come and they go. So, I mean, they're more for like an oriental type display. They're more for like a display because I haven't got no banana from them yet. So as you can see the dark dirt around them. These are sugar cane. This is a green sugar cane, coconut tree. And then this is more sugar cane. It's kind of funny with this one right here. It's a funny story because with the rain, I guess it muddied up this little corner right here. So this one, since this one was a little bit bigger and heavier, it fell over. So when I came to mow the grass, I'm like, okay, whenever I get a chance to, I'm gonna pick it up. So then, I don't know, for some reason, it just ended up picking itself up because it was laying flat, and then all of a sudden, it just started curving upward, and I was like, oh well, less work for me. I mean, in this garden, it requires a lot of work to garden, and this is just a little bit of garden. I mean, this is not a big garden, but it requires a lot of work just to get, you know, a lot of stuff in the garden. So me, I try to less work and try to get more production out of it. These are string beans that was planted, and they are going. This is more sugar cane right here, and this one is a different sugar cane. This is like Red Diamond. I'm not sure, I can't even remember the name, but this are green sugar cane and these are red sugar cane. And let's go on. I got lemongrass. They got another name to it, citronella. I think they call them citronella. This was, what kind of berry? Elderberry? I have no idea what happened to them. And with my work schedule, some of these things I can't even keep up with. With my work schedule, some of these things I cannot keep up with. So I have no idea what happened to my elderberry. So maybe I have to purchase another one or maybe replant it. But I have no idea what happened to that. So I still have peppers. Pretty sure these are peppers. Oregano, they are just, they're blowing up. The Cuban oregano have no issues growing. Like once they take root, they like, you can leave them on their own. You don't have to worry about them. They take off and they go. My peppers, the sun really cooked them up. So I know I'm not getting no harvest. I'm not getting no harvest this year from them because the sun really cooked them up. That also goes for my passion fruit. I mean, all you see is just dried up vines right about now. Nothing. This is more string beans. But what I'm planning on doing is moving those over in the middle of the field over there. So that way they have more space to open up, because I know they're gonna open up. These are my little avocado plants. From what I hear on YouTube's, they say the avocado might take 5 to 10 years to actually make or fruit. So I'm not doing it for me. So I'm still growing it, but I'm not expecting to get any fruit out of them. But I do want to have the experience of growing them, and I'm gonna choose a spot somewhere in that field over there, so where I'm gonna put them. So all of this right here is mint, and I keep them in here because mint is a very evasive species. So once you put them in the ground, you'll never get them out of the ground. This is basil. I'm having luck with it so far, but usually my basil die within a few weeks. But I had this basil over 2 months so far, so I'm doing good with the basil. And I do have a lot of aloe vera. I have aloe veras everywhere. Even over here, I have some in the ground, and those you don't even have to tend to at all. They just keep coming and coming. This is more lemongrass. I want this to like bush out, so that's why I have the dirt on the bottom. I put that Miracle Grow mix with the Black Cow on the bottom of it, so I do want that to bush out, just like this one that I have over here in this corner. I mean, it was wild. I mean, taller than me. So we recently just trimmed it down. So never mind the clothes, never mind the clothes. We do like to air dry our clothes. Okay, we find a lot of ways to try to save money. So we're like, instead of using the dryer, we just throw a line out and do it the old-fashioned way. So the Plumera, I have another video I'm coming out because I had a few Plumeras back here, and this is a different species of Plumera, but I had set one because they usually look like this, like all fall and winter. They look like this, and then around spring and summer they bloom out looking like this, but that's minus the flowers. So usually have flowers all over, but this don't have flowers yet. So this is my little patch of leaf of life. So if you don't know much about the leaf of life, you're gonna have to research it. It does wonders for health. Okay, and last night I just planted some of these onions, these scallions, green scallions. So I just replanted some of these and ready for the next batch because they grow quick and they double. Okay, so you already seen the citronella, lemongrass, and this is the leaf of life. I have that going all the way over here. Not trying to record my clothesline. This is carnation, white carnation. I do have more papaya plants growing over here in this corner, and I'm planning on transplanting that over to the field over there where you've seen the other papaya plants, so that way I have more choices of the male and females. And I do have some oregano, more Cuban oregano. It's different names, but I just call them I just know them as Cuban oreganos, and growing super hardy. And then a whole lot of carnation. They're dead right now, so can't see much, but they did look real nice a few weeks back, mixed in with the green beans. So this whole bush I'm planning on moving because it's really not in a good location, but we did drop some seeds there and wasn't expecting it to bloom out like this. So we plan on moving that in the field over there. So it's a decent sized field, but it's not gonna be decent sized for long because as soon as we get all this stuff over there, it's gonna be basically a food forest. But it's in its beginning stages, so don't want to speak too soon. So I still have more leaf of life. Actually, here's the one that's blooming, a carnation back here, but these have thorns. The thorns are like super sharp, so I don't feel like bleeding today. But yeah, we do got a little snapshot. I did put some sugar cane over here, but it didn't make it. See, This is like super dry and crunchy. It's hollow. It's actually hollow in the middle. And wow, it's full of ants. There's a whole, I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna open it up so y'all can see. There's a whole ant larvae in here. So just trying to show y'all before I start, before I in me. Okay, and this is another tree that I've put in the dirt right here, and they use this for tea. Can't tell me I can't tell you what the name of this tree right here, but it's doing pretty good. And I put it right here so we can use it to make tea. More of Tree of Life plants. Then we have more of the oregano. A lot of oregano's like cuttings we just threw on the ground right here. I don't know what this is, but it's growing out. Look like something. Oh, so one of the things I really talk about is the yucca. The yucca that I grow. This one fell over, but it kind of rerouted itself. So it's still doing good. And oh, I almost forgot. My soursop tree, it's a little update. It's doing pretty good. So plan on getting a second soursop, probably right next to it or a couple of feet over this way. And I'm still planning on getting a jackfruit. So those future type stuff that's coming soon to come. But yeah, this is the yucca cassava tree that I'm growing. This is more citronella, lemongrass. I love lemongrass. I love lemongrass tea. So I try to grow it all over the place. This is more of the yucca. Yesterday I cleaned up, cut the grass, and I'm like, okay, time to do a YouTube update. So you can't have an ugly garden if you're gonna do a YouTube update. I mean, some people choose to, and you know, I'm one of those people. I don't care what my garden look like, as long as it's growing. So if I could grow some food, I don't care. But I'm like, I had a little extra time, so I'm gonna clean it up and do this update. So this is the bottom of the yucca, the cassava plant, and they're fairly easy to grow. I mean, you don't really have to do anything to them, but when you do give them the extra care, the extra attention, I mean, they explode. They grow way more than you would expect them to, way taller. I mean, I think it's about like, cause right now this is about like 6 feet tall. This the height of the cassava right now, and you know I'm 6'2". This one is like 6 feet tall, so I have to back up way back. I have to go way against the wall right here for me to get a full video of the cassava. I started out with the one that had fell over, but I think it's because from the cats climbing them. The cats, because I catch the cats in them, climbing them. So I think that's the reason why that one broke and fell over. And then this is like the second, the third, the fourth, which is much taller than the rest of them, and then the fifth. So I'm like, the more closer I get to the street or towards this gate, the more they're not doing too well. So I don't know. So I've been paying attention, because the one that I had over here, it fell over, and I think somehow due to the cats, and then I cleaned it up, but pieces and branches was left, and then they just kind of regrew. It started regrowing. Like, you don't even have to do nothing. All you have to do is leave a piece of branch on the floor, and boom, it sprouts up, like from I don't know. These right here in the backgrounds, there are lilies. There's some type of lilies. I don't know what type of lilies, but I was doing the research, and I had found them all along here, all along the gate in the back are lilies. So around the spring, summertime, when we get in a lot of rain, they pop up and they come out with these big, beautiful flowers that hang over, like they look like bells. So it's some type of lily, but it's something else I have to research again and write down. But the cassavas, they're like a root plant. The yucca is like a root plant, and they're actually underneath the dirt. So what I did was dig a good 3 feet underneath. I softened up the dirt, and I did the Miracle Grow and the cow and mixture. But I didn't even did that much of a mix, so because I wasn't expecting much. But to my surprise, it's like, wow, it's ridiculous how fast these things get. And I mean, it's a while though. It takes a while. It's almost like one feet per month. So I haven't had these for years, but I know I definitely had them over 6 months. So they're about like just over 6 months old, and you can see how tall they have gotten. So I'm gonna go back. Okay, my scallions, they doing great. Aloe vera, let me see, plumera, avocado. Avocado tree is gonna be coming sooner or later. I can't tell you when, but I'm gonna have an avocado tree going sooner or later. So this is a project that's still in the works. So I'm just waiting for the black bags so I can cover up this container, and then I gotta order the rest of the setup for this. So I moved these so I can put these pavers underneath it, because I don't want the rust. I don't want this metal start rusting, and then it'll mark up this floor, like as you see right here where it started. So just gonna get some more pavers at Home Depot so they can sit on there and then set up everything. I already got all the plumbing ready to go. So yeah, like I said, I have wood stacked in a corner, and I have a tarp. I'm just gonna drape over them so that way when it does rain, they don't get re-soaked and wet. So I'm against the gate of the yard right here, and this is the amount of room that I have. And to me, my idea of what I want to do, I already know this room is nowhere near enough. So it's gonna be a food forest, but I can't call it a food forest yet. So it's a little gardening, because I'm planning on putting some mulberry tree on this end, on this corner right here, maybe 1 or 2, because I'm almost gonna plant stuff by 3, keep one in a pot, so that way if something unfortunate happens, I have backup plant, and then I'll feel like I don't have to start all over again. So just this corner right here, we have mangoes, papaya. In the corners, we have sugar cane, we have string beans. I mean, we have so much coconut trees around this property. I don't even count the coconut trees. It's just there. It came with the house. And I have the bananas, and hopefully they'll produce, but if not, they're just there for decoration for right now. But I do plan on getting different types of banana. The ones that I have right here are the Scandish, they call it. It's like the short versions. So that's what I have for right now. I do plan on getting different versions to see which one work, well for me. Like I said, sugar cane. And then this little alley right here is just where I keep all my little herbs and stuff. So I have more herbs coming. I mean, I'm supposed to have a whole bunch of section that have parsley and peppers, but all my peppers burned up a few weeks ago we just had extra sun, so they burned up, so you have to restart them again, I guess maybe for this fall. Everybody's already planting for their fall gardening, and I think that's when I'm gonna start replanting for them too. So yep, so that's what I got going on so far. I mean, I even have more wood. The large pieces of wood are the ones that I left out there, but I had these blue barrels in here, so I was able to fill the blue barrels up with wood. I mean, I have large chunks right here, see? And this supposed to be real heavy, but because it got dried up, it's so dry right now, it's like light. I could pick it up. Yes, this wood right here, when I just cut it, it was so heavy, I wasn't even able to pick it up with one hand. But right now, it's so dry, it sounds hollow. So I can even pick it up with one hand. The small pieces of wood, I just threw my garden hose that I was using recently on there. But the small pieces of wood, I just threw them in this 55 garden container. And those are woods that I'm not planning on using no time soon. So eventually they'll just dry up. I leave this door open and, you know, let the air go through and stuff. So eventually those woods will dry up. So I'm in South Florida and we don't use wood like that. So, I mean, a lot of people don't because majority of the time it's hot. Majority of the year we're going through like heat wave, but in the winter, the people that do have fireplaces and stuff, they use wood. So, yep, that's my tour of my garden and future food forest. So, sorry the video was a little extra shaky. I mean, I went to go buy me this gimbal, and I went for the one of the best of the best. This cost me like $300, and like I guess I overshot it because this thing is so complicated. I'm like, it's so much stuff on here that I gotta mess with just to get this thing right. It does whatever it wants. I mean, it'll turn left, it'll turn right, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done with it. I wanted me a super clear, smooth shot, but not with this because I overpaid for it. I made it overcomplicated, so I'm planning on getting another gimbal where it's just simple. All I have to do is just hold it and point it. This one, you hold it and you point it, it's gonna do whatever it wants to do. So I had coffee grinds that I'm gonna put. These are like old coffee that I already reuse. So what I do with the coffee, let me show you right quick. So this is just little bit of this, like the easiest part of gardening, because gardening is a whole lot of work required. But with the coffee, all I do is just take a little bit and just sprinkle some. So, and I let the plants, the insects handle the rest. I let the rain. So what I do is just take a little bit of coffee grind and just put it in the dirt. And I know it's supposed to be down in the dirt by the root, but it's gonna get there. That's too much work for me to try to get all the way down there. So once it rains, all that stuff is gonna seep down. Like the same way when I fertilize and I put the Black Cow, the Miracle Grow, I put the grass clipping, they're gonna break down. Eventually they're gonna seep into the soil and turn into a nutrient for the plant. So with this gardening thing, you don't really have to complicate things. You don't have to make it complicated. People tend to try to complicate it, but you don't have to. So all you gotta do is just sprinkle a little bit around, and eventually it'll get down there in the roots. And that's my little garden tour for the fall of 2024. So by the time I get back with y'all with another video, I'd have been already done move some stuff around. One thing, I gotta let you know about these sugarcane leaves. These sugarcane leaves, man, they are super sharp. They're like sharp as a machete. I mean, if this thing go against your skin, it's gonna cut you up. It's like a razor blade. So you gotta watch yourself around the sugarcane. The leaves, They got teeth on the ends. They will really mess you up. So, and I got a few cuts on my forearm to prove it. It ain't no game. But I take this time when I'm in the garden to relax and woosah and get some of this sun. Yeah, not only get some of the sun, but relieve myself from the everyday pressure of life. Because when you're in the United States, everything is work, 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 work. If you want to live and you want to eat, everything is work. But you ain't got to make it be about work. You know, sometimes you got to pause and woosah and take time for yourself. And not only take time for yourself, but take time with the family. So this is Rob in the garden. Am I not? And I'm out.